Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Wiyamba Polito, and if you're new here, you're welcome. Please do subscribe so that you can enjoy more content. So for today, I'm going to be doing something really different. So I'm going to be doing a story time. I actually have a glass of water because I know I'll definitely need it at some point. Let me even take some water. So I'm going to be talking about how I caught my ex cheating on me. So that was actually my first experience of being cheated on. No, I don't know if it's my first or last. Hey. So we begin. I'm going to talk about the first time that we met. So we actually met in the year 2018. I was in my third year of university, and he was in his fourth year of university. Actually found ourselves in the same class because we were taking the same elective, but then there was a presentation that needed to be done. For the presentations, we found that my friend and I found that we were actually put in the same groups, so we were mistakenly put in two groups. So my friend and I decided that we check both groups just to see which one is better, which one is more serious and whatnot. So we tried out the first group, which was okay, but then we tried out the second group, and that's where the drama began. We finally tried the second group, and then my ex was there. So my ex was there, his friend was there, with, I don't want to ruin the plot anyway, but yeah, so my ex was in the group. Yeah, so when we went to meet up with the group, we actually didn't know each other at the time. Finally went to meet up, and then I saw him. Then I just told my friend, I'm like, this is a group. I was like, I want to be in this group. Then she laughed. She was like, hi. I'm like, yes. Finally, we had a group. Yay. And yeah, so like we used to go for meetings. I was so committed, like, hey, she was like, hey, where this guy, like, yeah. So like I was so committed, we would go for all the meetings, and finally, okay, so yeah, before I skip to the presentation, yeah, like we would go for all the meetings and whatnot. And then it so happened that he was actually dating at the time. So this one time, like we're having a meeting, and then his girlfriend popped up. Yeah, I just saw they were all lovey-dovey. I was like, oh, okay, this is the girlfriend. I was like, ish. And I was like, like, I remember how I felt in that moment. Like, I was so disturbed. So I was like, oh, okay, nice. Yeah, so I brushed it off. Anyway, we finally did our presentation. Everything was okay. And yeah, like, we just all became friends, but we were not as close. So finally decided to have a party just to celebrate our success, because the presentation was actually it was a great success. So yeah, we decided to have a party, we mingled, we chatted and whatnot. Yeah, and everything just, so now, a few weeks later, he texted me. He was like, hi, Bobo. Like, no, please. Like, I got confused. I was like, eh? I remember telling my friend, like, he's texted me and whatnot. Yeah, so we started chatting, blah, blah, blah. Then finally he asked me to be his girlfriend. I'm not even supposed to be getting excited, but yeah, like, I was so happy in that moment, like, so yeah, like, he finally asked me to be his girlfriend. So yeah, like, we started dating, everything was okay, it was all rosy, he was a very good communicator, until one day, I just had a really strong feeling that he's cheating. Yeah, like, there's just something with women and having these instincts, So now I was like, something is wrong. And it was on a Wednesday. So we spoke in the morning. We spoke the morning of Tuesday. Yes, we spoke in the morning of Tuesday. And then he also communicated in the afternoon. And that was it. So anyway, I brushed it off. I was like, maybe he's busy and whatnot. Then now on Wednesday, I just had like this strong feeling, like, I just felt it in my heart that there's something wrong somewhere, So now I decided to call him, and then he didn't pick up. Yeah. So I tried to call him, he didn't pick up. And I'm like, maybe he's busy. So anyway, time went by. Then I think we spoke in the afternoon on Wednesday, in the afternoon. Yeah, like we finally spoke. Then I received a picture. Yeah, I received a picture. There was this girl that had posted a picture of them, like both of them, on their status, but then she put an emoji on his face. So now I look at the picture and I'm confused. I'm like, I know this body type, like I know this person, you know, like in as much as she put an emoji. So even those things that you put on your status, that you put a man, you even put an emoji, we know. Oh, sorry, they know. Like, sorry, they know. So yeah, I'm like, I know these shoulders. Like, so I got confused. I was bang until I sent it to him. Like, I finally sent it to him. I'm like, is this you? Okay, so the girl left her face and then she just put an emoji on his face. So I'm like, is this you? And then he's like, I can't identify this photo. And then he's like, no, I can't identify this photo. So I'm like, okay, what's that supposed to mean? Like, this is you. I know this is you. I know this is the necklace that you wear all the time. I know this shirt. So you can't deny the fact that this is you. Him, where Alif wanna know, like, he refused. So we stopped talking. I got so emotional, like I did my research and just found out more information about whatever was going on between the two of them, and I was so devastated. I've never felt like that. Like, that was the worst feeling. Like, I wouldn't even wish it on anyone. So anyway, yeah, he cheated. He stopped talking. I remember getting so devastated that my mom even noticed. Yeah. And then, how old was I? I think I was 23. Yes, I was 23 years old. Yeah. So my mom noticed that I was devastated, and she asked. The problem was her asking, like, Amber, what's wrong? Are you okay? Yeah. And I broke down. Like, I just started crying. I finally opened up to her. You know, like, my mom was actually strict, so I was so scared of opening up to her. Like, what is she going to tell me? But like, she was so understanding. Yeah. And she really seemed so happy that I actually opened up to her. Anyway, she apologized. Yeah, she advised me and whatnot. So anyway, from everything that she told me, she asked me to actually stay away from him. So, which is what I did. Oh man, about me. Yeah, like, I finally stayed away from him until he texted me. Then yeah, like, we started talking. Then we finally got back. So when we got back, it was more like a secret relationship because I couldn't tell my mom. She warned me. So I'm like, okay, but my friends knew about it. Yeah. So we finally got back, and then he cheated again. When it happened was, I called him, and then anyway, so I called him. Then this female answered. She was like, hello. I'm like, we know, like, no. I'm like, I cut the line. They decided to call him. Like, I decided to call him again. I was like, so I call him, and then she answers again. She's like, hello, hi. I'm like, hi. Then she's like, he's currently bathing. Can you call him some other time? And I'm like, are you his sister? You know, I'm like, let me not overreact. So I'm like, are you his sister? No, I'm his girlfriend. I'm like, I'm also his girlfriend. I was like, I'm also his girlfriend. And then she's like, oh. Then she disconnects the call. Disconnected the call. Then I started calling him. Like, I'm just calling. He wasn't picking. I kept trying to call him. He texted me to say, I'm going to call you back. I'm like, no. You like, just pick up my call. Like, I need to speak to you right now. He didn't talk to me like the whole morning. Everything happened in the morning, around 11 hours. Yeah. So he didn't speak with me the whole morning until he finally called me, like, at 16. He was like, hi, you know what? I think we just need to break up. Yeah. So I'm like, Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, I think we just need to break up. No, let's not break up. Let me just call you. Like, I'm going to call you so we can talk properly. I'm like, you've called me. Why can't we just talk about it right now? Like, what's actually going on? And you know, I feel like that was so stupid of me because like everything is there, like the proof was there. I've spoken to the female, so like what did I actually want to hear from him, you know? So now he's like, no. So guys, like in that moment I'm just like, we got sharp, like so I completely gave up. I didn't speak with him. And also between the time that I found out about this second incident and the first one, there was actually something that happened. So what happened was he went for a work trip, yeah, and then I noticed that he was taking pictures with a certain girl, like they were all cozy, and his workmate, like he was taking photos with her, and he was also taking videos with her, like in the vehicle when they were going for the trip. Like, I'm actually a very jealous person, so I'm like, like when I'm with you, actually, I'm like, why are you taking pictures like that? So like, okay, so I kept quiet, like I didn't want to say anything, yeah. So the following day, I think she posted a picture of him because I started stalking her now on Facebook. So she like posted a picture of him, and I was like, oh wait, sana. So I asked him about it, like what's going on, and he's like, no, I told you I'm going for a work trip and we're on this trip together. At the company didn't have money, so they've put us in one room, like him and the girl, but don't worry, like nothing is going to happen. I'm like, so I was like, okay, like it didn't make sense. So I got so upset. I was like, no, that actually doesn't make sense. So I also started seeing other people like, yeah. Anyway, scratch that. Yeah. Then the second incident now happened. Yeah, the second incident happened. Like I found out about whatever it is that he was doing. We stopped talking. Then I received a random call from a female. She's like, hi, how are you? I just found your number in my phone. I'm like, okay, who am I speaking with? And she's like, no, who am I speaking with? I'm like, you called me first, like now into me now, you can't be asking me. And then she's like, I just found your number in my phone. It was saved as Boo Boo. So I'm like, okay. Then she's like, wait, were you at Unza? So I'm like, yeah, I was at Unza. And then she's like, oh, okay. I think I know who you are. You actually dated so and so. So I'm like, okay. Then she's like, yeah, so Shan, like she introduced herself. Then I was like, okay. You know, like I'm just getting bang and bang. Like I don't even know what to say in that moment. I'm just like, okay. And then she's like, yeah, so actually we're still together, but I just wanted to find out like the type of person that he was. And then she's like, I just wanted to find out about, I wish I gave him a name. Yeah, anyway, she wanted to find out about my ex. So now she was asking me for advice, like, what did you used to do when he experiences such? What did you used to do when he behaves like this? So I'm like, but Mwanda wanda what does it? So me, and she's like, so I'm like, is this an insult? Like, you're asking me for past papers. No one gave me those past papers. No one warned me about this guy. Like, no one warned me about how toxic he can be. So they were desperate to even call me and find out. Like, honestly, felt like that was actually very disrespectful. And it just reminded me of what had happened, which actually even got me more emotional. Like, why did she have to call me in that moment? So yeah, I got upset and I disconnected the call, blocked the number, and that was it. Anyway, so that's what happened. And yeah, the end. I think I have actually tried my best to summarize this story, but yeah, I feel like the whole experience is something that has turned me into an overthinker. But usually what happens is whatever I overthink is the truth. Like, that's what actually happens. It could be a gift, I don't know. But yeah, we've come to the end of the video, and thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was interesting, and please do advise if I should do more story times, because I feel like I just need to offload everything before I turn 30. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Bye. Mwah.